The woods has flavors. Most people never notice that. The bark of a young pine is sharp and bitter. Wet moss tastes like old stone and rain. Birch leaves, if you chew them just a little, are almost sweet. He knew this because he's tried them all. Often. That morning, the air tasted normal. He licked the back of his hand and held it up, feeling the breeze cross it. Damp, cool, good hunting weather. He sniffed along the base of a tree, nose wrinkling as he sorted scents. Rabbit, old fox, something sour and small that had passed in the night. He grinned to himself, teeth bright against his very green skin. The snare had been clever, he notices. He hummed, walked towards a dead animal, picked it up, put it on his side, and hummed while setting back to the clearing. He paused for a moment to press his cheek against a tree that he liked. Rough bark, a familiar shape. The tree had always leaned a little bit to the left, and he liked that. But that's when he noticed that the birds were wrong. He stuck out his tongue and tasted the air again. Smoke. Not cooking smoke. He frowned and licked a patch of moss off a rock. It tasted sour. It burnt slightly at the back of his throat. He ran. The clearing looked the same at first glance, like home. The gazebo where it should be, the rocks in the same places. Fire pit was always where it was, but the fire was cold. It had gone out. It never went out. He crouched low and sniffed the dirt, pressed his nose to the ground. Nothing. There'd been no running, no dragging, no blood. But everyone was gone. He moved through the clearing slowly, fingertips brushing the gazebo, tapping overturned bowls as if they might answer him. He sniffed, he licked. Ash. Old ash. But no bodies. Something's wrong. The forest always left something behind. Even when wolves were fed, there were bones. And here there was only absence. At the edge of the clearing, at the edge of his home, something dark snagged it on a branch. He noticed it because it didn't belong there. It was too clean. He plucked it free and held it up, and it was a feather. Long, black, glossy. He sniffed it and it smelled like nothing, which always meant something. He licked it and it tasted like cold stone. The wind shifted once through the trees. And for the first time since he could remember, the woods didn't taste right. And he was alone. What's up, liches? Welcome to Lads, Lasses and Liches. We're back. Woody Wobbs in chat. Redvood, you better behave tonight. I'm watching you.
Oh.
You have been warned.
You got the cattle put
welcome. Nice to be back.
I like it when they watch.
We obviously have Jess with us still again, amazingly. And we will
She came back.
Surprisingly came back, yes. Jess, we still have that little secret sign if you want to do it at any point.
Wow, that quick.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Ed, can you please roll the intro? To recap what we have been up to. Our party has made its way to Krezk through the woods, where they spent a few days after escaping the death and fire in Vallaki. The party completely forgot about a boy who got taken away by wolves and met two new friends, one being Meep, who no one has quite figured out yet. The other being Irena, who no one has quite figured out yet. But you have made it to Krezk. Its big palisade walls greeting you. You spoke to the Burgermeister, who advised that they don't just let strangers in. You'd have to do something for them first. And inspect their well that has not been acting in its normal way. You made your way in, started doing some investigations. Meep went down in a bucket. Saw that there was a pipeline coming from a direction of the building on top of a hill. You spoke again to the Burgermeister, who advised that you can go up there and investigate. And that is where you are and where we are picking up. I'm going to restart some music because I turned it off.
Turn it back on then.
It's not that kind of music, Martine. Oh, I forgot to mention, Woody Wobbs has just put it to my attention. No Sam tonight, unfortunately, but Sam will be back. She hasn't just been kicked out. Not yet, anyway.
Just no words, just gone.
But we are counting down the sessions. The road up the hill is quite narrow. The snow kind of lays a bit deeper here and is untouched. Doesn't seem like a cart or footprints has passed in maybe weeks. Your boots sink with a dull, muffled crunch, and the sounds of Krezk start to fall quickly behind you. The wind is sharp and cold and bitter against your skin. Branches of any trees are bare and black against the pale sky. And when you crest the last bend in the road, this full structure of building reveals itself to you, with its pale stone walls that rise clean and severe on the hilltop. Their surfaces smoothed by decades of wind and winter. A narrow tower rises from the center, with a big, dark bell chamber open to the air. There are chimneys on this building, but no smoke curls from them. It has tall, narrow windows set deep into the stone. And from a distance, they appear dark, but as you get closer, it seems they have been covered on the inside in some way, shape, or form. Maybe with sheets of alabaster or frosted panes on the inside. But you have arrived at the top of the hill to this building. What do you guys want to do?
Can we examine said building, windows, doors, access expanse, just kind of give a full look over this.
Sure.
Building.
The building is huge in front of you. It sprawls right out on top of this hilltop. There are lots of windows, all with this same sort of darkness to them. There is a main set of doors that are tall, iron-banded, heavy wood darkened with age to a nearly black at this point. They are closed, and there is no handle that adorns the outside of them.
Any plant life, trees?
There are trees. There is plant life up here. Not everything is dead. It all looks cold. None of it looks warming in plant life form. There's no green leaves on trees. It's brown leaves that are coming out of the ground. It is trees that have had their leaves die a long time ago.
Does Redwood get the sense that these trees and plants are all dying or dead, or is there any life that he may be able to converse with?
You would get the sense that it's probably died a while ago. It's pretty cold up here. The floor is covered in snow and ice and looks like it has been for a long time.
Do you remind me
Yes.
what the Burgermeister told us about this building before we came up here?
He told you that he made reference to the fact that there used to be a holy place. You would assume this is it, because nothing else in Krezk resembles anything close to church, temple, abbey, anything like that. He advised that there is a man that is there that has not aged since he arrived, and that there are individuals or people of sorts.
That's an interesting qualifier.
Is there any outbuildings with the main building, or is it just one big building?
One big building that kind of curves round the hilltop. It goes at a sort of a J shape more than an L shape, like kind of just a slight curve to it as it follows the hillside round a bit. And there are some nice gardens as you look sort of to the left-hand side of this big building that you're looking at.
How exposed are we? And can we see other mountains in the distance? Like, can we see the castle from where we are?
You can see the castle off in the distance. Exposed as into the elements, to sight of
To
something.
sight. Yeah.
Pretty exposed.
There's tree line around us?
There is tree, but you are right on the top of this hill, this mountain of sorts. And you've gone up quite a way.
I feel like Irina would be feeling particularly exposed, so I think she's like scanning the tree line and just like probably has her eyes out to see if anyone is incoming.
Roll perception for me.
Meat would be very much the same as that, but that smell, that taste that it got from the well, would he be able to detect that here?
You can roll me perception. You won't get advantage at this point because of where you are. You did back down there.
It was a 1 for 6.
Seems absolutely perfectly clear.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Anixia will look. So can we go up to the windows?
You can.
Anixia will go up and see sort of. You said that they're sort of blackened, like they're darkened.
Yes.
She will look to see how they're darkened, if that makes sense.
As you sort of walk up to it, and these windows are big, so even with your small stature, you can get to the bottom of it, and you walk up and you see your reflection in the window as you walk up to it. You can roll investigation to try and it's going to be a high DC to try and figure out exactly what it is.
Can Redwood help by hoisting her up?
That would not help, unfortunately. It would just make her higher looking at the same thing.
I did better than Jess. I rolled an 8.
Woo!
Excellent. Who's Jess?
Oh.
Jess isn't in this. It's Irina or Irina or however you want to pronounce it. But yeah, you cannot smell it currently. Elixir?
Sure.
I also rolled
I'll
an
get to
8
your
for a
Garo, don't
10.
worry. Beautiful.
This session is going
You are not
well.
sure. It is something on the other side of this pane of glass. The glass is a little bit dirty, a little bit foggy, but it's 100% on the other side. You can see the glass and you can see the thickness of it, and it's something behind it that is stopping light getting in and anyone viewing in. Agara.
I was just going to turn to everyone. Do we think that the man who lives here is dangerous?
We've been told that they have not aged. Not that an immortal life is bad. I have heard of elves and whatnot that live for a very long time. But the villagers seem to be scared.
I have
So
yet
does the
to
rest.
meet an immortal being. Doesn't. Well, not the type you want to meet down a dark alley, shall we say.
Do we need to talk to him? Maybe we can just look for the pipe, or there's got to be like a water source. We don't have to go inside, right? That's not what we're doing.
Elena makes a good point. Our
Yes.
task here is just to restore the water. The less we have to deal with the denizens of this world, the better. No offense, he says to Irina.
For me.
He does not. I don't know. I don't think he considers you sentient
Yeah.
at this point.
Arathis refuses to look down. He's just forever standard eye line.
Looking at the building, how long would it take to circle around? If just by looking, how long would it take? As in,
It would take a good probably 10 minutes to get all the way around it. And having a look, you guys are at the front end of this building. The back of this building looks like it kind of partially hangs on or touches tight with the hillside. The cliff kind of drops off.
Is there any way to work out where the water flow is coming from? So whether we go left round it, right round it, if just an assessment to see where we'd be heading towards. Because if we're not going in, if we're saying that we're trying not to disturb this person, we're just about the water flow situation. Would we be able to see where it tracks from where we've come up?
Me nature or investigation?
I have something. Here, take. And he will have a handful of wild garlic bulbs.
The gift giver. Thank you.
What's this for?
Protection.
Pocket. Not for food.
No. You can eat. Don't eat. But you can.
I've heard of many different types of forms of protection, but never from a clove.
People tell me they don't like them.
Who?
Him. The ageless ones. He doesn't age. They tell me. Here, take.
Anixia will take one.
Sure.
Do I... how do I use it to protect me?
You rub.
Rub?
Over.
Who told you this, Meep?
People like you.
You've never met anyone like me.
Never again, hopefully.
Feelings mutual, little one.
There's no handles on the door. Is there a keyhole?
There is not.
Nixie.
I was going to say, Redwood rolled a 18 nature.
Nice. Okay. You stand there, Redwood, remembering back days of being home, figuring out where water sources are, and channeling your inner Furbolg. I was going to say inner naturist, but that's not the right word.
You don't know my life.
Yeah, it might be. You never know.
Wonder all that for.
You sit and you kind of do some calculations in your head as to where the well is down at the bottom and how it would channel its way. And you would guess that it would come from more the garden side of where this building sits than around the building itself.
Yeah. To Redwood, that makes sense, because then if they need to use some irrigation for the garden, that it would make perfect sense. So I would say that water source would be towards the garden area, just my rough assessment. If anybody else has some information or understanding, let me know.
Is there a water fountain in the garden?
Not as far as you can see right now. You see a few hedges, and you see a lawn. That's kind of what you get of the garden from where you guys are stood. It's a long building. It's over 100 feet away, this garden, at this point.
Are we going?
Yes, it
Yeah.
seems to be the case.
Stop.
And I was going to say, Nixia, before she starts walking closer to the back towards the house, she will just start rubbing this garlic on her.
Sure. Okay.
How tall is the building?
The building is very tall. It is, you're looking at well over 100 feet, possibly well over 150 feet. This is massive. Is someone getting ready to climb?
Before instant thought as soon as he said that, as what I
It's a race.
If I know my Agaros, there's a
Yeah,
side quest due any moment.
I was going to say, I am going to.
now he's got a sidekick.
I'm going to attempt to run up the building and then use Step of the Wind to essentially parkour myself up, because that'll get me 40, and then Step of the Wind, that'll be 80 feet of jump. So I thought it'd be 120 foot.
You need an athletics check from you. It will be with disadvantage because of how polished and slick this building is from years of erosion and cold air.
You should have used your climber's chalk.
So while he's doing that, Meep's going to take one last look towards the
Ooh.
forest.
Okay.
60.
And just,
Does he do it secretively or?
How do you
No,
secretly
not
look at a
particularly.
forest?
That's what we're asking.
Did you say acrobatics or athletics? Sorry.
Athletics, please.
Rolled a 16 and a 19.
Beautiful.
Athletics 16. 21.
Amazing. We'll get to you in a second. Meep. You were looking at the forest, and Anixia wanted to know if you were doing it secretively.
I was not, no. Yeah, just like
Don't look at me. Anixia will sort of clock that you've looked back at this forest, and she will just sort of like move in closer to you. It will be there when you come back.
not worried about the forest.
Then why are you looking back at at the woods?
Nothing does matter. No. Wasn't looking.
Okay.
You tumble and grip small little holds and manage to vault yourself up towards the top of this building. And land on the roof.
I was expecting something else, but okay.
No.
As
you land on the roof,
there it is.
There are 4 individuals standing staring at you. One thing you'll notice about these individuals is they don't look quite right. They are spread across the building. And the first individual closest to you kind of looks human, but with a really hunched back and one eagle talon foot.
Hello there.
All right, Obi-Wan, calm down.
General Kenobi.
Hello.
Just stares at you. Kind of. Roll me insight. What are the rest of you doing? Garo's gone on a side quest.
Yep. Redwood's just fucking bullshit sparkles. Just lets it fucking go. Just
at this point, Redfood and Irena, you would be able to hear the sound of a slight rushing of water. Not really heavy, not like there's a waterfall nearby, but just a slow streaming of water as you guys are getting a little bit closer.
Perhaps there's something polluting it, or
blocking it.
This is
perhaps.
Yes, this is my assessment as well.
Or perhaps
there's been many situations where an animal has died and it is rotting corpses toxifying the water. Maybe the case here.
As we get closer, am I getting any more? Am I starting to pick that smell, taste up?
Roll perception for me. What's your passive as well, just so I know?
Passive is 16.
Okay.
What did you say, Zorathus?
Perhaps they do not wish to share the water anymore.
Ah. Interesting.
Greed is always a good motivator.
Nixia will.
12. Nixia?
I was going to say Nixia will sort of look behind her and just she's watching. So we're walking towards this garden, correct?
Yes.
And as we're going past, she's going to be looking observingly at these windows, even if she's just looking at her reflection. But as she's going past each one, she's going to be inspecting them, essentially.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll. They all follow the same trend. They all look the same.
Nice.
Is my wolf reacting in any strange way?
Not currently.
Okay.
Tentative. Which you'll have seen her do plenty of times. But not anything stranger than that.
Okay.
Meep, you rolled a 12, did you say?
Yeah.
Currently, nothing is being picked up. There are some lovely fresh herbal smells, though. The kind of plant life that Meep loves to lick. Agaro, as you say hello. This thing
Say it
just
properly.
keeps staring at you. And then you hear just this low grunt. He's busy.
Busy doing what?
He's busy.
Okay. Maybe you could help me instead of bothering the master. We've been asked to look into a situation with the well, and it seems to be that something is happening up here which is disturbing it down there. I don't suppose you know where the water source comes from up here, do you?
Roll persuasion for me.
Can I give him guidance?
I thought you said preservation for a
No,
second.
because
there.
he is on top of the roof and you are in the gardens.
And
Worth a
guidance is a
try.
touch spell.
What a try.
Persuasion.
That is one
World's
snaky
best
arm.
D&D player.
Like a Mr. Men.
That is a 10 with a 0 modifier, so 10.
Beautiful.
Oh.
You just hear back. Wait your turn.
It doesn't look like there's a queue behind me. What do you mean, wait your turn?
Starts walking away. Like this hobbling kind of walk. Really crouched, really slumped. Big, humped back. Kind of like Quasimodo. With an eagle foot.
Nice.
I am not magically inclined, so I'm going to quickly pull out a tiny bit, a bit of parchment and my calligraphy supplies. I'm going to write on it 4 people en route. I'm then going to.
Are you doing sending with a physical piece of parchment?
Yeah, 100%.
Nice.
Roll for origami. Make it a perfect plane.
Yeah, little plane.
I'm going to tie it to one of the torches that's in my backpack, and I'm going to throw it straight down.
Sure. Absolutely.
He's taking damage.
Oh, I don't
Whilst
care about that.
wondering.
I'm casting sending right now. It might not be your sending, but it's my sending.
Mate, roll me a deck save, please.
Oh.
Disadvantage.
The
smallest one.
Probably
You
the most
stop,
extra
you
stuff. You stop
Gara
just
did
sniffing.
shout.
If you do badly, it's a traumatic brain injury.
He's already got that.
I was going to say, can we tell
It
the
might fix it.
difference?
He might actually go sane rather than insane.
Hello, fellow party
Say
members.
disadvantage.
Yes, disadvantage.
Guys, a source says us.
23.
23.
Jesus.
You are standing there sniffing, and the scent takes your head to the right, and then you see it just appearing really fucking quickly, and you manage to roll out of the way, and someone has just thrown something at you from the roof.
As Meat rolls, he will pull out both of his short swords
Sure.
and sort of get into a crouched position. Right, ready.
You look up and you see Agaro.
How did you get up there? Something wrong with his ears.
I imagine Nixie would turn back at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Despite being
shouting.
Yeah, everyone's just going to look around with his little daggers out.
I imagine he's looking up at the roof, so I'll follow his gaze. Is the torch like?
The torch
Was
has
it-
landed perfectly upright.
So it's still lit? No.
I don't think he lit
No.
it. It was just
No,
an
not
unlit.
lit, not
Otherwise,
lit.
the
Oh,
paper
yeah,
would
okay.
A fire arrow.
I am snoozy today. That's my excuse.
What's
for
your excuse every
the,
other day?
Okay. That's all the
Okay.
input I had.
Zarathis sees the torch. I'm assuming he sees the note attached to the torch.
Sure, yeah, why not?
I will mage hand the torch and note over to Zarathis.
So fucking lazy. Sure, absolutely.
He's not throwing in his manicure. He hasn't seen
mage hand
anywhere
the-
in Barovia to get a good pedicure, to get his nails done.
Your nails are no longer manicured with how long you've been in Barovia.
He has barely touched anything. I really doubt that.
Meep could paint them for you.
You.
Meat was nibbling on them while you were asleep.
Neep will eat a
grab the
fireball.
You grab the torch.
Thank you.
It moves over to you.
What was your message, Agara?
4 people on roof.
Agara has decided to inform us there's 4 people on the roof. What he expects us to do with this information, I am unsure. So we are down
So
here.
he's not conveyed any situation information. Good, bad, indifferent.
I imagine if he was in danger, he wouldn't be smiling down at us like that.
I don't know, he's pretty stupid.
Kobolds not smart. Kobolds don't know danger. They stupid.
Can we see the
Wow,
4
So, gotcha.
Arena?
Can we see the 4 figures from where we are?
You can not naturally know where Agaro is. No.
Okay.
I think the only reason we can see him is because he sparkles.
He's kind of standing at the edge where he's just thrown the torch out.
Does your friend want us to come up there, or is he coming back down? I say to the rest of the party.
Let us see. And Redford will like beckon him down or point at himself and point up.
Meat will whistle like he's calling a dog.
Steed.
He's calling his steed, yes.
Is there anywhere to attach a rope on this roof?
Yeah, you could attach it to one of the chimneys.
What I will do is I will attach the rope to the side so it's easier to get back up.
Sure.
And you will see Agaro with his best cliff diving expertise just literally jump off and land, hopefully, in front of everyone.
Roll me acrobatics. Just for the level.
Oh, there we go.
Also find out this goes beyond your full damage negation. You fell 80
that is
feet.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20, 24.
Yeah, beautiful.
Like
Backwards
like
somersault,
Ezio.
pike,
Nice.
lands, 3-point landing.
Presents.
Superhero pose. Sorry, I couldn't hear you up there. You were doing all sorts of gestures. What did you say?
I was saying, do you want us to come up there, or are you coming back down here?
That makes sense.
Yes.
So there's 4 of them up there. I managed to get a few words out of one of them. He had a hunchback, and on one of his feet, it was like an eagle talon that he was hobbling on.
I thought we agreed that we weren't going to disturb the people in the home.
I didn't disturb them. They were already there.
Why did you tell anyone that you were going up? What would have happened to you if we weren't there, you know? That's really dangerous.
Yes.
And I distinctly remember the last time you decided to go climbing up a building. You found yourself embroiled in a plot you could not extricate yourself from, an occult, and other planar beings, and a fire that burned down a town.
We believe it to be a cry for help, Irina. Yes.
I'm the only person who's got information for the past 20 minutes of being here, and that's because I jumped on a roof while everyone else is looking around pretty gardens.
No, we found the water source area. We're going to fix the situation we came up for instead of messing around on rooftops.
Oh, you found the water source. Fantastic. Let's go.
And your information
Should we
is
keep a
just
lead on the livestock?
he is not
Ooh.
livestock.
Anixia starts walking.
Okay.
Zarathis will
on.
follow Anixia.
I think that we need to make a deal here, that we don't just walk off and leave each other. That's when someone gets picked off and dragged off by wolves or hunted
Anixia
by...
turns around.
Everybody looks at the giant direwolf Serena's got. Is this a threat?
Not my wolf.
Did you forget you had a giant wolf standing next to you?
Is that a yes? Are we agreeing?
Most of us have agreed this situation, but Sparkle over here seems to think he is separate.
I just wink at
Shall we?
Irina and just say, I make no promises. Right,
See.
where's this water source?
Then you just hear her say under her breath, then you will die like the last group. And she'll walk off with the rest.
Do I hear this? Or do we all hear this?
Arena, how loud are you saying it?
Like, under my breath, like, not really whispering. I probably wouldn't have minded if he heard.
Yeah, you'd probably hear then.
Yeah, there's definite reaction from Redfoot. Like, oh.
Redfoot would definitely hear it. Redfoot hears everything. Redfoot's passive perception is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The cow with
Redfoot can
elephant
hear
ears.
Strahd talking in his mirror currently.
I can hear the creature from the start licking stones in the forest.
Yes. That is Meep. That's why you can hear it. He's next to you.
Oh, was that about him?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys.
Upon hearing Arena say that, Meat will just come up and just sort of tug on her trouser leg. Just go, these ones different.
They're not different. I've seen them come and go all my life. You think you're different? You're all the same.
These ones different.
No. Not if they ran off.
No brain cells, told you.
She'll walk away from me and just, like, beeline for the water source.
Absolutely.
Zarathis is liking
Yeah,
Arena
you
more
guys-
and more.
Redwood's keeping pace with Arena. He is fully locked in on, oh, you got information. It's going down.
As you guys make your way further into the garden area, there's a narrow track that you guys see in between the grasslands and the hedges. Just this small narrow track that is half covered with snow. It kind of winds on one of the slopes that's part of this garden. And you hear it before you see it. Not a rushing stream, but kind of pulsing of water. And then when you arrive, you see a kind of spring, like a small spring, emerging in like a fissure of pale stone. No wider than a kind of generic doorway. Clear water spills from it and rolls down the hill slightly. There is thin steam curls coming from the surface.
Can I have
Nixie will
Oh. Three-way.
Nixie will kneel go down onto sort of one knee and sort of just place her hand so it's slightly above the water.
Sure. It's warm. You without even touching the water, you can feel that it's warm. And now that you've got a little bit closer, you can see that the flow isn't steady. It's kind of coming in surges and then it stops, and then it surges again and then it stops.
The current is inconsistent. It's coming in sort of in waves. I've got trivium in my head. And I mean, it's warm, which I suppose the steam would give that away, but it's not. It's almost like a hot spring. Whatever one of those are.
Hot springs exist in D&D.
I was going to say.
Yeah, but I'm
There's
from.
some in the Underdark. There's
You
probably
are
more in the
not-
Underdark.
Yeah, there's,
Oh, okay. There's
it's not unfamiliar to you.
Okay. It's like a hot spring.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
I thought it might be geothermal. Is there a smell of sulfur or anything?
There is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There is also a slightly metallic smell that you would pick up on, and Meep and Redwood would pick up on more than anyone else.
Because of our proximity?
Just because of me choosing.
Upon picking this up, Meep's going to walk over to the water and dip his finger in and taste it.
Sure. It tastes like water.
Does it taste like
Meep spits it out.
the kind of thing that he was getting from the pipe in the well?
Just tastes like water. But it's warm.
Is it flowing?
Nixia looks at
Sorry.
you quizzically. Quizzingly.
Quizzically.
Is that right?
You were the first time.
I don't know
Do you
your
have this-
skills.
oh.
Is anyone here able to detect if there's something more to this water or something like that?
Doesn't taste like the well.
How does it taste? What's
Like water? But warm.
Very astute.
so? Perhaps there is something being added, or something that's tainting the water further down the source.
Is it flowing
Don't lie.
towards the town?
Any flowing would be in the underground pipe that Meep has seen. So there's no stream that is leading down
Okay.
to Krezk itself.
This is just another output of a.
Seems that way.
How deep would you say that this is?
You're not sure it is. It looks like it goes down as far as you can see.
Oh, okay, sorry. No, he'll do it. Meep, upon tasting it, will then just stick his head in and look down.
Sure.
See if he can see the bottom. Or looking for
Roll
the
perception
pipe.
Roll perception.
Anixia
Disadvantage.
Anixia will stand there sort of ready to pull him out
Push
if
him
he
in?
starts going limp.
Waterboard him.
Yeah.
Varric?
Upon looking around this, is there any sigils or anything like that?
You do not see any sigils or anything like that.
Upon Arena saying, has anybody skilled in seeing if there's anything out of the ordinary, Redfood will cast Detect Magic,
Cool.
waving his hand over his symbol and then pushing it over his eyes so he can see and sense magical
Absolutely.
things.
Meep, what did you roll on your perception with disadvantage?
12.
12. You cannot see down to the bottom or any pipes. It's dark, it's cloudy once you stick your head in. A lot cloudier and darker than looking at it from the surface. Yeah, I think that's what you would get from that. And just going back to Agaro, do me a favour and roll me investigation.
16 for investigation. -2. That is 14.
Good to know. Redfood, there is a very faint, very subtle trace of divination magic.
Is there a feeling of where it's been used, or if there's a source further up? If he moves in one direction, does it feel like?
Looks like it's coming from the water itself. And as the water kind of surfaces and spills over the edge of this slope, it kind of runs out of that magic. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm making connections above table that I don't want to make
Absolutely.
below table. Yep.
We get
Okay.
it. You're so good and you're so clever.
I think.
You know so
What?
much.
No.
I think we need to speak to the proprietor of this
Thanks, man.
building. Whatever this source is, it's below ground. Perhaps they have a basement access to this water source. Perhaps we can examine.
Do we feel that this is like an exit point, or if we moved further back or to closer to the building, there would be some transition point, or is this does this feel like this is where the spring emanates from and then flows down to the town?
Roll me a nature check.
Apparently the master is busy, and we need to get in line. We need to wait our turn, apparently.
Was there a queue?
I couldn't see one. There wasn't a queue on the roof, but apparently this what the figure said, that the master was busy, and when I asked if I could ask him a question, he said, "Get in line," and then he walked off.
What did
Building
we...
that has no door handle to allow you to enter is probably a place that doesn't want visitors. Sorry, little one.
She sort of like bows her head slightly at Redfood. She turned to Agaro. What did the other 3 look like on the roof?
I didn't get a good look at them. I thought I'd better alert you guys as soon as possible, which is then when I threw the torch, and then considering you all seem to send messages in heads quite often, no one decided to send a message, so I had to jump down.
You're at quite a distance, Redfoot says in your head.
Did you see where perhaps the 4 people were waiting? Were they waiting? Were they in a queue?
I don't know if they were in a queue. They just 4 people stood on a roof, and the nearest one is the one I spoke to.
They definitely wouldn't have looked like they were in a queue. They were kind of sporadic around the rooftop itself.
I appreciate.
Not just 4 people just queued on a rooftop just randomly.
I
But you never know.
I appreciate the lack of a doorknob. Does suggest an element of unwelcomeness, but one can still knock on a handleless door. It opens,
true.
otherwise they would brick it up.
Let's go knock on the door then.
Did Redford relay what he saw in the water? Like the divination.
Yes, he will let everyone know there is some magical essence within the water. We said evocation, was it? Sorry?
Divination.
Divination.
Irina is gonna take her sword and like plunge it into the water and just like see if there's anything like lingering on the bottom, or like how deep it goes,
Okay.
or if the water has any effect on her sword.
Absolutely. You stab your sword in, and about 3/4 of the way in, it makes contact with something solid.
Like a stone?
It feels like a stone.
Okay, and this, like,
You cannot
if I
physically see
around-
anything.
Sorry?
You physically cannot see anything down there. It looks clear. Meepa's already had a look also, and at this distance, there doesn't look like to be anything there.
Okay. Yep. Right, well then, yeah, Irina will just... No effect on her sword? No. Rust it? Okay. Then she'll just, like, wipe it against her trousers, put it back in her hilt, and say, this could be really bad, going and knocking on the door.
Do you know something we don't about this individual?
No, but one has a claw. The Dimitri down in Krezk said that there's a man who's lived for a long time. It doesn't look good.
There are definitely red flags associated with this property and it. But
But at the same time,
unless we can think of another way to access the pipe below, we're going to have to go through the door.
As you guys are talking, the bell sat in the tower rings once. And it kind of echoes across Krezk. You hear it travel from where you are down, lingering.
Time of day is it?
In that,
What time of day is it?
Roughly. Like, looking at the sun.
Like midday-ish.
Okay.
The sun is not visible, and it never will be in this.
Oh, yeah.
in response to that, just hearing a bell, Meep will run up and cling on to Agaro like he did before,
Okay.
like round his neck, with sword still drawn.
Irena, you've been the closest one to the water most recently. You would notice that the steam that was slowly curling from the water, completely gone as that bell finishes chiming.
Okay.
And
Roger
Red
that.
Food, you would notice that all traces of divination magic have disappeared.
I was about to ask. Well, that is interesting. Seems to be some kind of signal to whatever or whoever was tampering with the water source.
What do you mean a signal?
They rang the bell, and I sense no more magic in the water.
Yeah, I see a connection, but I don't know why.
Well, it seems that whatever the source of this contamination seems to lie with the people inside that house. Well, and he stares at the vastness. So, as my lovely friend Varathas says, why not we knock?
Wonderful.
Yes.
I agree with the witch.
You've changed your tune.
What's wrong, Meep?
Something not right. This tastes wrong.
What does it taste like?
Don't know.
Would you be interested in trying it again, now that whatever has been done to it has changed?
I mean, everything doesn't taste right. It all tastes wrong.
Well,
Shall we?
Please.
yes.
Going up to the door?
Yep.
Sure. Walk up to the door.
Irina's going to put her cloak up.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen,
You
gesture towards Redford and Akara.
Redford kind of has a look in his eye of like, Sandor, and then steps forward and knocks on the door.
He's been auditioning all of you since he died.
Without you even consenting.
Not salty at all.
Redford, you knock on the door,
Mm-hmm.
and the sound kind of carries further than it should, and then disappears in an instant. You hear no footsteps coming to answer. You hear no voices calling out. The building remains as it was.
Well, and he smirks at Tagaro. Was there an entrance on the roof?
I didn't actually go snooping around this time. I literally got up on the roof, saw someone, alerted you all, and then came down. I didn't go on any adventures this time, I promise.
What a good boy.
But you left the rope, right? And Ixie sort of looks over to where he'd come down from.
The rope is no longer there.
Oh.
Should we walk the perimeter? Perhaps find another entrance.
I don't have high hopes, but we could try.
We could smash a window.
Do the windows have any, openings?
You think these windows open from the outside?
Absolutely.
How many buildings do you know that's open from the outside window-wise?
Depends on how hard you push them.
It's the Barovian custom, so Strahd can get in.
Yeah.
No, there are no window openings on the outside of the building.
I am just going to say, hold on, Meep. And I launch myself back up the building again.
Okay, roll me athletics again, please.
With disadvantage because he's got an accompany.
Whose side are you on?
It's disadvantage anyway, so thank you for the reminder.
Oh,
I'm on the side of entertainment.
that was a 19. 16. Oh, okay. 16.
We got last time. 16.
20, yeah, 21. 21 again.
Yeah, again, you follow the same handholds, same little
Martine's loaded dice.
bits that you need to grab onto and make it back to the top. There are no individuals on the roof this time.
Oh. I sort of half look up at Meep and I go, and I point out to where they were on the roof. This is where they were stood. I don't know where they've gone. What was that?
I said, okay.
Looking around on the roof, is there any trapdoors or anything like that?
You roll perception or investigation.
Meep will be looking as well.
With advantage, Agara.
11 and 3, so 11, 12, 13, 14 perception.
You do not see anything that would resemble trapdoor or entrance.
The bell tower, is that on the roof or is that separate?
It's separate, kind of standing proud above the building. It's adjoined, but it would be further climbing. Even further for you to fall. More D6s.
That sounded like a threat.
Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, we don't care about you.
I look like I'm down one character already, man. Chill.
I let Meep down and say, try and find a way in via the roof or a window or something like that, and I'll start walking towards the bell tower.
Sure.
Is it the bell tower itself? Is it like one solid structure?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head towards that 'cause I'm thinking there might be a trapdoor to some stairs going down.
Sure.
Can we be walking the perimeter? So we're not just standing here waiting.
You can
I was
walk
gonna say,
a
yeah,
certain
we'll-
amount of
we'll-
the perimeter, but you'd fall off the cliff if you walked the whole perimeter.
Lewis, can we see any iconography, religious, like any idea about who this church might be dedicated to?
Roll me perception or investigation or religion. Your choice.
It's gonna be perception. Nat 20 for 25.
Way!
Nice.
First net 20 of the suit.
And my first nat 20 in this game.
Yeah.
Congrats.
If only it was something useful.
First of many. Come on. Unless
Is this where I
Jump.
just
Plus.
say nothing? Just for fun?
Ooh. Got
Sorry,
one
you,
of them,
needed
20.
you needed a 26. I'm really sorry.
It's where it seems like there's nothing.
There are
One there.
there are a few things that would catch your eye. There would be hands on the upper walls, kind of repeated carvings of hands, kind of in a gesture of either blessing or surrender, kind of just in benediction, palms outwards, fingers extended. You would see some winged figures near the base of the building. Faint shapes of figures with outstretched wings that have kind of worn down over the years. Features completely kind of faded, but the posture of kind of faces looking upwards. And you would also find a motif of a sun.
Okay, so I would imagine this is for the Morning Lord?
Yes, you would.
Okay. I don't think that I would have walked the perimeter or have climbed on the roof. I think that Irina would be really careful about destroying any property or like breaking in. Is there any like mail slot or like anything that I could
Is there a letterbox? Is that what you're asking?
Hello.
make my voice through?
Not really. There is kind of, it's double doors, so there is obviously a seam where the two doors meet. You can't see anything through it. They're kind of touch tight.
Okay. I think then I will abandon what I wanted to do and I will just follow the rest.
What's everyone doing? Agaro, what are you doing?
Upon reaching the bell tower, I am going to start climbing it.
I want it noted that Meeps got off at this point.
Yeah. Agaro did say that he'd put you down in death. We will re-roll your character in between sessions.
Dropped him off the side.
Agara will approach the bell tower. He will take his coin out of his pocket, give it a kiss, whisper, Shania, don't fail me now, and start climbing.
Okay.
Shania Twain, don't film it now.
Shania Twain, don't fail me now.
Oh my
Shania
god, yes.
Athletics check, please.
Man, I feel like a dragonborn. Do, 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 do.
That is... And luckily, again,
Red-
you're completely off key, so we won't get caught on copyright. So you're fine.
Yeah.
That
think-
is.
No,
30.
you're fine.
18.
Nice.
Was it with disadvantage?
Yeah,
Because it
so
should.
I had a 13 and a 17.
Okay. You get halfway up this tower and realize it's going to be tough getting that last half done. There's not really anything to hold on to. It is up in the elements. And you slide back down. You take no damage. Could have been worse.
Yeah. Yeah. At this point, I think the Redfoot will have come around the corner, hopefully with most others, and trying to get an angle to see where we saw him on the roof before, but not obviously having to go all the way back up to the water source.
Sure.
And then just kind of presumably glancing and seeing a figure over at the bell tower, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very sparkly, so he kind of nods.
Okay.
He seems to be over at the bell tower. Interesting.
Why would he be trying to go further up if we are trying to go down?
I don't see the green one.
I forgot to actually do this before actually trying to climb the tower. As I walk around the bell tower, is there a door?
There is not a door. Would have been nice and easy.
Yeah, it would.
The whole time.
Anixia will, coming back towards the door, she'll look at Irina.
Remix.
And
DJ.
She'll just sort of look at you. What does she see when she's like looking at like what emotion are you giving off?
I think that Irina is scanning the tree line and she's kind of like looking impatiently at this group, and looks kind of worried, I guess, that they're gonna like break in or do something to cause damage to like a holy place that she reveres. So there's like a look of kind of worry on her face, and she's just sort of standing back, not wanting to engage in it.
Anixia will sort of saunter up to you.
Saunter.
And she will.
Nixie loves a saunter.
You're gonna come back. She will look up at you. There are many things to be worried about in Barovia. Which one is on your mind?
We're very exposed here. I don't know what I'm doing here in terms of helping with water. I was looking for a church. I'm worried because we're like sitting ducks here. I can see the castle. It's only a matter of time. And she'll like wring her hands and play with her hood. Are you not worried?
I fear that no matter where we are, whether she sort of looks around and comes back, whether we're exposed, covered by trees, or surrounded by flames, we're still just as exposed.
Perhaps. He's not everywhere, you know. It's just he has spies. The birds, the wolves, they all do his bidding. He can't be in more than one place at once. But I can see the castle. I have to imagine that he can see here.
Then perhaps we should be swift with our current task. We must at least complete this because, well, otherwise we're back to square one.
Yeah.
And Elixir sort of looks up at this house. But it appears we're sort of in limbo at the moment anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, do you have any ideas of how to get in? I suppose you would have voiced them. But does anything look familiar?
No, I can see that he worships the Morning Lord, which is common here. But I don't think that helps us much if I can't, or you can't, broach that with him or her. I don't know who lives here. I don't want to get his attention and it be for the wrong reasons, that immediately we end up fighting someone who could potentially be an ally. I don't want to label him as bad, or her, or whoever. If there's another person who has also been here as long as the devil, then perhaps we have an ally just as strong. I would really hate to fuck that up before we even get in there.
She sort of looks up at you and she sort of looks you dead in the eyes and she just goes, I agree. Well.
As you guys are talking, you would notice that Nina is now fixed on the doors.
Are they open or closed?
They're closed.
What
and
is it?
Then they slowly open. And Nina starts to growl.
Nina,
And
it's
that's
okay.
where we're going to take our 15-minute break.
Oh.
Sorry to cut you off.
Nice.
Open off.
We'll take 15 minutes.
Oh.
We will be back to see what is going on with this building.
There's
Goodbye.
somebody at the door.
Who's got some shit to plug?
What do
One
you
of you
mean?
has to at some point.
What do you mean? We don't plug shit. We
We-
tell
we
people about
spend the next
amazing things that we
15
do.
minutes plugging stuff. Anthony, go on.
Well, I have an amazing thing to tell people. If you've seen us before or it's the first time seeing us, we have an amazing sponsor in Tabletop Curiosities. They are the be-all and end-all, in my opinion, and very many other people's opinion, for your dice needs. Well, we're all showing off now. We're all showing off. If you're a dice goblin or a dice dragon, staring at you, Jess, then beautiful things like this sexy little cow that I have from Tabletop Curiosities is called a chonk. It is a oversized D20, and it will create devastation at any table when you roll it. And they're fun because they come with amazing things inside them, and it can be your choice of what goes in there for a custom order for Tabletop Curiosities. I've seen things in there like Pokemon. I've seen things in there like The One Ring, if you love a good bit of the old Tolkien. And like lovely things, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up. I'm sure the lovely Abbey at Tabletop Curiosities is, some people don't like that. Can put in like a little shaped heart or a little message inside that says how much you love the other person, and then they're all a nat one and you don't know what to do with yourself. But yeah, custom orders in there. Go to Tabletop Curiosities.
Why is he holding his hand above the card?
Fuck,
Well,
that's-
that's it.
Because if I do,
Ollie,
it
it's
does
trying to
that.
practice for that.
It's trying to stop the sheen.
Yeah,
It's a
very
wonderfully
shiny.
top tier glossy card. And that was tabletopcuriosities.etsy.com. If you travel to that wonderful website, you will see all the chunks and dice sets and other wonderful pieces of art on there, as I like to call it. You can do custom dice orders as well. I've got a nice few sets of custom dice, some wonderful ones. That this is my Redwood D20, which has got some lovely coloration inside. And then when you've clicked into your basket until your heart's content, you can go to the checkout. And if you go to the little promotion section there and you type in LLL10, that will give you 10% off your purchase. Thanks to the wonderful connection and sponsorship we have with Tabletop Curiosities. You also find, if you want to nosy at some of the historical ones that have been placed in there, you can go to Insta and TikTok at Tabletop Curiosities and see some amazing projects that Abbey over there has put together. And yeah, find yourself there. And yes, Martine.
And speaking of Abbey, she is one of the first to get her hands on some of our merch.
What a segue!
We have a couple of t-shirts now, so you can find them over on T-Milk, and someone will put it in chat. If no one puts it in now, I will put it in a second. Where you can find 2 of our t-shirts now. We spent the last few months paying out of pocket, getting samples together from different production places, and just to make sure we could find a decent one for you guys. So yeah, head over there. Let us know what you think. Take pics. We've already had Abbey put a pic in the Discord, which is really cute. I was freaking out over it. And yeah, just go check it out, and we appreciate everyone's support along our journey so far.
Love it.
Rob, say some stuff.
Well, if you enjoy watching us live, but you've missed a couple of bits because you went for a brew, or if you missed us being live, you can catch up with us on a podcast if you just want to pop a couple of earphones in and listen to us while you're walking the dog or something like that. You can find us on any of the podcast, I was going to say devices, but streaming
Providers.
services. Provider, there we go. You can catch us on any of those podcast providers, Apple, Amazon, Spotify. All of our Marked 1 episodes are on there at the moment, and I have been lacking a little bit, but I am slowly catching up with all of our Curse of Strahd ones as well. So yeah, if you've got a few spare minutes, go give us a listen, and then and if you like what you hear, give us a rate and review, and thank you very much.
Ollie, do something. I'm just going to people now. I don't even know if you've got anything lined up.
If, like most of us, you've got yourself Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch, just like that, and you get 1 free sub to any creator you want for a whole month. Whole month, 30 days. Just go on to it, click on the sub. Then there's a little option to pay with Prime, and then sub, completely free to you, gives us a little bit of money, gives you access to tier 1 stuff like our worms that we've got going now. We've got a few more worms. I'm assuming we've added the worms.
I've not added them yet.
Oh no.
Well, if you subscribe, we promise that Martine will eventually pull a finger out of her ass and get the worms up. And yeah, it helps us. Like you've got to do it every month. You've got to manually do it. You can swap and change between creators if you want to, but why would you? Because we're going to have worms.
Why wouldn't you want worms?
Exactly. Why wouldn't you
What a
want
promotion.
worms on all of our faces?
It's-
Do it.
it's a-
3 clicks from glory.
3
and
clicks to
worms.
become part of the wormhood.
Ed, go.
We release new episodes of both our campaigns. Every Friday, we release a new episode of Marked Ones. Just before we stream the latest episode of Marked Ones on Saturday. And then as I'm sure you've realised, every Wednesday, we stream Curse of Strahd. And every Tuesday, we release the following episode. Make sure to find us on YouTube at Lads and Liches. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. We have a lot of exciting stuff in the works from different systems and one-shots coming up. Yes. So,
YouTube.
YouTube.
Martine, I've found something.
Fuck yeah. Is that a caramel one? You
That's a
dirty,
caramel one.
You dirty slut.
Ooh,
Don't
look at that. Wouldn't that be good to try and tell people about it and snack on it? No,
One shot,
you're not getting what I pumped down. Okay. Yeah.
Oh no, I
Luke got
did.
it.
I would just purposefully let it linger.
That's fine. I'd have took it from you. Told everyone about the amazing person that Maxwell is.
Yeah, we are planning on releasing it tomorrow on YouTube. If you didn't catch it last week, we had a absolute gem of a human called Maxwell come on, and he does Monday Munchies, or you might know him as Maxwell Maximus Moldavia Moore over on TikTok. Tries loads of snacks as his ulterior persona, alter ego Maxwell. Absolute gem, really interesting backstory and origin story, and he's American, and we got him to try Parma Violets and Freddos, so yeah, check it out. We also did a one-shot with him. It's out tomorrow. Go give him some love, and give us some love, because we're love deprived.
And give someone else some love. Jess is obviously with us.
Yes. Wonderful, Jess.
Go and
Wonderful,
find
Jess.
Jess on Instagram and TikTok at Plot Girl and see what she's up to in her DMing world and life and romantic games of Curse of Strahd that she's throwing
I was
with
going to say
roses, lighting. Yeah. So go and check Jess out, Plot Girl. She'll be with us on Wednesday.
This I don't know how much I can say because nothing's come out yet, but I will be running some how-to games as part of Women's History Month next month in March. with another account. But I will probably do those at Arcadia Games in London. So if there's any ladies who have been a little afraid to step into the world of D&D and would like their hand held, then let me hold your hand, because I would love that. So you can DM me, or anyway, I think it's going to be like on Instagram. My name's Plucko.
Amazing.
Amazing.
I think that's all the plugs.
Lou, plug summit.
Yeah, plug summit.
Yeah, dance,
It's
Wookie
not so
dance.
easy, is it? Look at your
Not your
fumbling.
asshole this time.
Oh, here it is.
We're selling Lou-shaped butt plugs. No.
But
I
Shannon,
don't have
me and
anything.
you.
I don't have
It's in
anything.
the
to
pipeline,
plug.
and that's not a euphemism.
I don't have anything to plug. So fuck the lot of you, and I don't need to. I run this ship.
Is that ship or?
Ship. Well, shit. If people are watching, they will know. The door has just opened.
Music.
But meanwhile, Agaro, you have the book on you. And you've seen this thing bleed. You've seen it have words appear when they want to. And you feel something oozing from it. It's running down your clothing and your skin as it is pressed against you.
As I look down, can I see what is oozing from it?
It looks a lot like blood.
I tentatively take it out of its holster at my side, and as looking at it, is there a particular place it's bleeding from, or is it
just kind of as it's closed, where it has been held, what would be the bottom at that situation is kind of just seeping out this thick red liquid, seemingly blood.
Okay. I will very, very tentatively open the book to
Absolutely.
see where this is coming from.
You open the book. And the bleeding stops. But as you open it, page that you open it to, you see words start to form. This beautiful cursive writing. And it goes on to read. There was a time when I believed conquest was sufficient. Land bends, armies kneel, castles rise. These are simple things. What I did not account for was the weakness that enters a man unannounced. It does not arrive as fear. It does not arrive as doubt. It arrives as warmth. A glance held a moment too long. A voice that does not tremble in your presence. I have won a kingdom, and yet there is something in it that doesn't belong to me. Those who are on the floor. I'll come back to you, Agaro. We're not done. The door to this place creaks open. Slowly. No one greets you at the door. but it opens to a large room, very much resembles a church. Echoing hall, long. What are you guys doing?
Wonderful. The last church we went into was a wonderful time.
Yes.
We should not speak ill of churches. They are holy ground for a reason.
We were attacked by the undead and vampires in the last church we entered. I had to contemplate murdering down a child vampire.
She just looks at you.
And he looks back.
And then she looks down at the ground.
Irina takes Anixia's arm and links it underneath hers. And will look down at her and say, "Shall we do this together?"
And Ixu sort of looks up at you, and there's sort of like a glint of like. It's sort of like a glint of hope. As she looks back up at you, and then she'll just sort of nod her head firmly, and then she'll sort of stop and she'll go, one moment, and she'll go into the bag of ash that she has, which is an amalgamation of different ashes from undead, Sandor, all sorts of sentimental ash that means something to her, which all ash does in a way. But she will dip her hand into it and she will, with her thumb, draw a line at the entrance to this doorway. And
Simple.
she will bow her head and she will say a prayer to the Ember Lord, asking for protection. And then she will link back up with Irina, and then she'll sort of like nod in a way to say, let's go.
How is Nina acting? Is she still aggressive?
Still aggressive and very tentative about moving forward and crossing any threshold into this building.
Okay, Irina will reach down and sort of like give her a scratch underneath the ears and around the bottom of her jaw, and just kind of, "It's okay, girl, come on," and will like beckon for the wolf to come with her.
Roll me animal handling with advantage, please.
As Anixia's sort of watching you, like, try and help Nina, can Anixia will sort of like lean in. Would she be? I can put a blessing on her if she'll allow it.
What kind of blessing?
Well, it's my lord is the Ember Lord, so it would simply be I can use, and she sort of like like gestures to her pouch. I can use my symbolic ash to mark her as a way of signalling the Ember Lord that we wish her to be protected.
Does Irina know who the Ember Lord is?
Does not.
I'm wary of mentioning another god's name in the presence of another. I thank you for your blessing, but I don't know if we should be speaking words of another god in the presence of this one.
She sort of like looks down, but she's nodding.
Okay. I will give one last look to the group to see if like everyone's coming.
What did you roll on animal handling?
18.
Amazing. She leans into your scratches and your comforting voice, and it soothes her slightly.
Then I will walk forward with Anixia.
Absolutely. As you walk forward, warm air seems to greet you and move outwards towards you. The hall that you walk into is tall and vaulted. Ceiling kind of arches upwards in pale stone ribs that meet in a perfect symmetrical pattern overhead. Light seems to filter into this room, even though windows are covered. Floors are polished stone and immaculate. No footprints at all, or dirt or scuffs mar the surface whatsoever. And the air smells faintly of clean linen and something else, something medicinal. Along the walls hang long, faded tapestries depicting scenes of radiant figures tending to the wounded. They've kind of dulled with age at this point. Agara, as you continue to read, these words keep appearing. As if the book is trying to speak to you. It's trying to tell you what it wants. It carries on to say, Sergei was always softer than I. He spoke gently, laughed easily. The soldiers loved him for it. I told myself I did not envy him. I told myself there was nothing he possessed that I desired. I had strength, I had victory, I had the loyalty of men who would die at my command. And yet, there are some things that cannot be commanded. I began to notice that when she entered a room, she looked for him first. I found this inconvenient.
I love Jess's reactions,
Just like-
and I'm like, I
I'm
want
trying
to
to
be in the
ignore them.
know. I want to be in the know.
I'm not going to be meta, but like, yeah, I'm going to react.
That is great.
Absolutely. From the back of the room that you guys have just entered into, you hear a slight shuffle, and then you see an individual at the far end stepping forward into the filtered light in this room. Tall but not imposing, starts walking towards you and says, "You've come a long way in the cold. I hope you are well." As he is walking towards you, his features are striking in a way that almost feels sculpted. Sharp cheekbones, smooth skin, dark hair that catches the light and almost shimmers into a blonde, as if it can't decide what color hair it actually is. He wears simple white robes. They're immaculately clean. The fabric falls in deliberate, unwrinkled lines. He smiles at you as he approaches.
Just a note.
Go on.
I was going to say, just a note, Redwood, just before he passes the threshold, he'll kind of take a second to clock Arena and Nina the Wolf and kind of say, well, what's better than one? And kind of puts his hand out before he crosses the threshold, and a spectral wolf sprouts up and its head touches his hand.
Sure.
And he walks in, his summoned beast.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Sorry.
Irina, did you want to say something?
No, I was waiting for you to finish. That's fine.
Okay. As he walks towards, you have come about the water, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good
You are
idea.
well informed.
Yes, sir. The spring rests beneath this hill. It reacts when the balance here is disturbed.
Has
Do you have
something
issues?
disturbed the balance?
This is not your first day in Barovia, correct? The balance here is off permanently. Sometimes it is better than others. Still smiling this kind of perfect smile.
Bell tolled.
Say again.
The bell tolled. And when the bell tolled, I assume the balance shifted.
A coincidence, I'm sure.
Onyxia sort of looks up at the rest of the group.
Do I feel do I get a sense on if he's telling the truth? Can I gauge
Roll
anything
insight.
for us? Thank you.
I will give him guidance.
Yes.
Can I tell if anyone else is in the room? Like, do I feel eyes on me, or the group? Like, if I take a look around.
Roll perception for me. Or investigation, your choice.
24.
Redford.
You do sense that you're being watched. It's not that you see anyone, but it feels like this is not the only person in this room.
24.
He seems to be telling the truth. He looks at you. Don't worry, the well is not in any danger. The spring and the water is rights itself within days of this happening.
What is this
But-
place?
What is this place? It's just a place of worship and healing.
It is remiss. Sorry.
You good? Go on.
Remissory. That's a new
It
word.
is remiss of us. You have invited us inside your abode, and we have not introduced ourselves.
As most people do not. You are fine.
If you wish, you may call me Zarathis. House Velzarath. My companions can introduce themselves, I'm sure.
My name is Onyxia, and she sort of holds out a hand to shake.
He doesn't shake your hand, but he sort of bows.
She sort of pulls back and bows back.
Irina will drop the coat, the hood, and will say, "I'm Irina Kolyana. Sorry. I also know of a father, Petrovich from Barovia. Do you know him?"
Roll me an insight check, please. As you lower your hood.
He knows.
17.
His eyes light up as he looks at you. And his face does not change except for this moment of excitement in his eyes just for a second.
Do any of the rest of us pick up on this?
What's your passive insight?
It'd be fucking good. 15.
16.
I think Redwood would with the 16. Just a flash, just a small twinkle of the eyes.
Yeah. He'll feel the hairs go up at the back of his neck and kind of wants to intercede. So this is a place of worship. Where is the room that you worship in? Maybe there is some here who wish to ingratiate themselves.
I do know of the father, yes. Do you know him well?
Not myself. I am more akin to the land and its ebbing and flowing.
Of course. And looks back at you, Irina.
I just want to state for the record, I meant Donovich, not Petrovich.
I know you meant. You're good.
It's Donovan.
Yes, he was the father in the village I'm from. You know him too. So, is this hallowed grounds? Is this somewhere that I can stay?
This is safe grounds, but not hallowed. Protected in other ways.
In what ways?
Timothy, what did you say your name was again?
Irina.
Beautiful. The well and the spring are fine now. You have completely done your jobs. You may call me the abbot, by the way, to come back to your earlier point.
Well,
We have been tasked with double checking the source of the water that flows to Krezk. Perhaps we can just take a quick look at the source.
You have lots of shovels you could have dug underneath the Abbey, but I fear it would take you a very long time. You know, sometimes correction requires adjustment, adjustment creates pressure, and pressure seeks a release, and that is just all that happened.
Well, if it's not too much to ask, as a religious person myself, I would be interested in seeing your room of worship. Although I understand the whole place will be a room of worship, perhaps your most sacred room.
I could not possibly take you to the most sacred room at this moment in time. It is a very busy day today. I could take you to somewhere more private that you could worship, and we could sit and have a chat if you'd like to.
I look back at the group to see what their sort of reactions are.
There's room for all of us.
Ah, yes, of course.
Then yes, that would be lovely. I sort of look up at Irina.
Irina, you would get the sense that Nina is really uncomfortable with this man.
Yeah, he's fucking giving me the creeps. Sorry, Abbot. Can I ask you a question that's perhaps more sensitive?
Absolutely.
I'd like to know your allegiance before we cross too many thresholds that we can't walk back.
Allegiance. In what terms, my dear?
Well, I can see that you worship the Morning Lord. Do you also worship the devil?
There is no worship of the devil here.
Can I insight check that?
You can?
Anixia will be looking up attentively at Irina as she's speaking on these
16.
deities.
You definitely believe him when he says there is no worship of the devil here.
Okay.
Redfoot's locked in on this guy after his little hungering eye flashed towards Irina. So when Irina said about him being a worshipper of the Morning Lord, was there acknowledgement, or was there kind of an opposite to it of like he was just agreeing but doesn't actually follow?
Roll me insight.
I think I'll step back a little bit and just like bend down with Nina and just like give her little scritches and stuff like that and sort of observe from afar. I think I'll stay on the outside of the group.
Is that a natural 1 for a 7?
Nice.
Yeah. I am very angry.
He seems like he was agreeing to the fact that he
Okay.
worships the Morning Lord, yeah.
Abbot,
Send the wolf to rip his throat out. It's fine.
Abbot,
Yes.
we have had a long journey. Could we perhaps impose upon your hospitality for refreshments?
I said we can go to a private room. You can rest and worship in there.
Wonderful.
Please do
Lead
lead
the
the
way.
way.
He kind of has to catch himself as he looks down at Irina and then swivels and starts leading you guys down the hall slightly.
Is Arena kind of how obvious is it to the rest of us that Arena's kind of wigging out is the correct phrase, but is sensing something?
I think she'd be trying to stay composed, but I'm happy to do like a deception check if anyone wants to like insight me or something. You don't have
Fuck
to.
you.
I haven't noticed
I will.
anything. Yeah.
Whilst you're doing that, Agara.
Hmm.
It continues to write. I built Ravenloft to outlast memory. Stone does not fade, stone does not wither. Stone does not choose another. There is a balcony high upon the southern face of the castle. The wind strikes it fiercely in autumn. I have stood there many times. I have considered the distance to the rocks below. I have considered how easily a body falls. I have considered how foolish it is to love something that fears you. And still, I would have given eternity for one moment that did not belong to my brother. Jess is hiding her micro expressions now. Agaro, you were doing an insight check on opposed with deception? Redwood, sorry.
Dirty 20.
A 12. She looks freaked out.
You got a yeah. So go on.
Leads you to a room to the left of this hall as you're walking straight down. To a smallish room, big enough for you all and more. There are some mats on the floor to the far right hand side as you walk in, and there is a small sort of central table. I say small, a long-ish, sort of seats 6 to 8 people table, and he kind of sits at the head of it, crosses his leg, just sits back in the chair. You may rest and recuperate if you wish. Say your prayers, do your worship.
Is there a hearth or any sort of flame in the room?
There are sconces that are lit.
Anixia will pull out a... She will put her hand into her pouch of ash, and she will get a bit of ash on her fingers and go up to a sconce and sort of like rub it between her fingers so that it falls into the flame, causing tiny little sparks to come off of the flame. And in doing so, she will sort of reach out to the Ember Lord and sort of just seeking reassurance, but also trying to gauge any warnings or signs or any sort of like anything like that, if that makes sense.
Roll me religion.
Any guidance. That is 17.
You don't feel like you get any warning or anything that is scary enough to to give you any sense of worry.
You sort of... It'd be clear that you can see Anixia's shoulders sort of relax as she goes and sits down.
He looks at you, Irina. You mentioned the devil. Not many people do in a first conversation. Why bring him up?
Surely you know the danger he poses. I'd rather not enter a threshold with someone aligned to him. Is that not common? Or have you been sitting up here for too long?
It is common, I understand the threat. But I think I have my separate theories on him. Not to
Really?
say he's not a danger. I agree with that. I do. But love does that to a person.
There is no love in him.
Maybe not now, but there was.
You knew him?
You hear stories. People say stuff. People trust.
I'm gonna fucking insight check that. That's dodgy as.
You can roll insight.
Redwood moves very noisily, just
The
covering
thing,
up the
I wanna,
message cantrip to Zarathus to dip inside this guy's mind. Read his mind.
Are you saying that to Zarathus in his head?
Mm-hmm.
As you do that,
Sorry, Jess.
okay.
Jess, what did you get on your insight? 15?
15, yeah.
This man has no tells if he is lying.
Okay.
As you kind of work him out. If you are wanting to do magic, you could just ask. Without looking at you, Redfoot.
He knows it's been pointed to him, and he just kind of stares at the spectral wolf that's in the room sitting quietly.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of nods, even though the guy's not looking at him.
Does he look to Zarathus at all?
No.
Zarathus will silent cast Detect Thoughts.
Sure.
Beautiful.
It reaches nothing.
Mm-hmm.
As in...
You do not even get surface thoughts from this individual.
Okay. Has this ever happened before with this spell of mine?
You know that if you did this spell that on very, very strong people or people defending themselves in certain ways with certain magical items. You will have definitely experienced it when you tried doing it back in the day on the Silent Mistress, just to see. And you would get the same bounce back.
He will school his expression on natural version. He will allow his consciousness to reach out as far as it can go. How many presences is he detecting within range?
None other than this individual.
They can't. Yeah. Within 30 feet, he's the only one here.
Indeed.
So what are your theories?
That bringing back someone's love can fix them. Mending a heart. Making someone whole again.
From where I'm standing, I've heard lots about his brides that are in the castle. So, who are you speaking about in particular?
Oh, but there is just one. Those brides are, they are nothing. They are attempts. They are not the real thing.
Then what's the real thing? What do you know that you're not saying?
She's no longer here. She's gone.
If she is
Has she got-
gone,
There you go.
if
Irina,
she
you
is,
would notice before you do that, Jimmy, just... Irina, as he says she is gone, he kind of narrows his eyes at you.
I bet he does.
if
You're
she
right.
is gone, it sounds a moot point.
It does, we were sharing theories.
What do you mean by bring her back? What do you mean?
You are from these lands, yes?
Yes.
And there are not many people that can bring people back. You would know this? Not fully, anyway. I can. And I offer that service to you all if there is ever an issue, need serious healing, one of your friends dies. I'm
If
here
you
to
can,
help.
if you can do that, why haven't you done it already? Look at the place we're in. You haven't done that, and you can. Have you seen people below? They struggle.
Do you know where she is?
Okay. No.
He gives a very slow nod and just keeps looking at you.
That is an interesting offer of great healing and resurrection, no?
That is what I'm here for.
And the price?
I didn't ask for
There
anything.
is always a price.
Nixia nods.
You are not someone of faith, no? Redwood.
Define faith.
Faith in deities and higher powers.
No, I do not worship the arrogant, no.
Sometimes it is a calling instead of a price.
So, fealty.
If that is what you want to call it, yes. Redfoot and Irina, you would both hear from far off somewhere just a dull metallic scraping noise. It's not in this room, it's not in the hall that you were just in, it's further beyond.
I believe somebody demands your attention.
They can wait.
We are relaxing. We don't mind.
No, it is fine. If somebody needed me, they would come here. But thank you.
Of course, you are hospitable. Politeness is demanded.
So, what is your plan? You're going to find the bones of some lost woman and bring her back? Is that it?
It is more the soul that I'm wanting.
So, you have the body.
No.
Insight check to hell on that one.
You can roll insight.
How do you seek to reclaim someone's soul?
Because the soul is never lost. It travels, it carries on afterwards.
But fairly
Where, I do not know.
but fairly pointless without a vessel.
A vessel is a vessel. You could be a vessel. I could be a vessel. It's the soul that is important.
Anixia will sort of look. She'll sort of narrow her eyes at him, but then look to Irina and sort of recall what she said before we came in about not speaking about another deity in the presence of a different one. And then she'll sort of slump back into a chair a little bit.
Okay. Redwood, you did an insight check.
I did.
On the I don't have the body, is that what it was an insight check on?
It was, it was basically being called out of like, I don't have the body, but it resulted in a beautiful singular worm called a natural one for a 7.
Nice.
He doesn't have the body, as far as you can tell.
Mm.
Agaro.
Ring the bell.
I can't climb.
Her name was Tatiana. I write it so plainly so that I may look upon it without weakness. Tatiana. She walked the castle halls without fear. Not because she did not understand who I was, but because she did. She saw the man I had been, not the lord I had become. When she spoke, she did not flatter. When she smiled, it was not for power. I mistook this for innocence. It was strength. What are the rest of you doing? Jess is gone. We'll give her a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Agaro, are you doing anything, by the way, or are you just standing on the rooftop reading?
I was going to call Meep over, and just as the text is scrolling down, just Meep.
At this point in time, I don't think you're going to be able to see me.
As in, not looking behind, just sort of like eyes on the text still, but sort of Meep.
I know he's stood in front of you. He's just sort of stood under the book, in your eye line, under the book.
You're just reading it, and he's just here.
Yeah, not under the book. He's sort of just so as you're reading it, you just physically won't be able to. You can't. The book will be blocking it. But he stood in front of you watching.
Okay, that's not creepy at all. Yeah, if I don't know he's there, I call out once over my shoulder. No reply. So I'm just gonna carry on reading at this point.
Agaro, what's your passive perception?
Yeah, turn on it's so high. It's like oh god, it's only
double digits.
No, it's only 13.
Meep, what was yours? Meep, was yours 14?
16.
16, okay.
Oh, what? Meep sees him die.
Meep. So fun to roll off the tongue. Meep. Meep. The bell tower is large, but a sound kind of reverberates up it and echoes in the bell itself, like a scraping metallic sound. Seems as though someone is seemingly at the bottom of this tower that you're near, making some kind of noise. Agaro, you would know. Obviously, you don't know what Meep is hearing, but you will have seen as you got halfway, there is a rope if you could manage to get up the tower. There is a rope that goes all the way, you would assume, down for someone to ring. But we'll get back to you guys.
Would,
Those in the room.
Beautiful.
given who his deity is and her position on undeath and the flow of life and death, would what the abbot is describing, the use of a soul into a body that's not its own, that doesn't sound like actual resurrection, or that's more on potentially undead territory. Would that be?
However you want to look at it. I'm not going to make that decision for you.
Would he have you? Okay.
You don't know of any resurrection spells where souls are being moved and transferred into different vessels.
But like, would his deity, would his people class that as undeadness, or
Sacrilege.
Not really
Yeah.
undead. No. Undead is bringing someone from death and reanimating that corpse in essence. He's not saying that he's wanting to do that. He's saying he wants to get someone's soul and
stuff it
bring it
somewhere?
back. Yeah. He's kind of just sat, one leg crossed over the other, just tapping gently on the table.
I wasn't aware the Morning Lord had such a liberal policy, the movement of souls.
Some people are blessed in ways that they can't help. And
That's-
whether I have faith in something or not, if I have a blessing and can help people, the Morning Lord would want me to.
And how did you come to know that you had this blessing?
The same way that anyone does. You are all magic users. You figured out that you could have abilities. No one comes up to you and says, you will do this. Nature just runs its course. Evo, thank you for the follow.
Thank
What's his
you.
what's his accent?
His accent? Are you asking me what accent I am doing, or what is his
Like,
accent?
does he sound like?
They're different.
Does he sound Does he sound like he's from here?
Hmm.
It's not
Yeah.
exactly the same as all the accents you've been hearing.
There is beauty in death, in the finality. Why do you think that she would want to come back? Have you considered that?
I have not. But as you said, if I can do it, and you have seen what the lands are like, why would I not? If it solves the problem of the devil.
Not if you give away a life that's innocent. I don't think that's right.
I appreciate your opinion. People do not come to me without the need. And it is nice to have conversation with people.
Well, as you can tell, we have come here not for resurrection or healing, but assistance with what is going on with the water.
Yes.
Any help you can give us on that one?
It shouldn't happen again.
Why did it happen in the first place?
I told you, imbalance. Things in the land are strange sometimes, and the
How,
ruler obviously did something.
how can you say it won't happen again, and in the same breath you say random?
It is not random, it is imbalance.
Do you say happens? Saying it won't happen again.
You have enough time while you are here for it to not happen again.
So this is something that you were doing?
He doesn't answer you.
Nixie will look around the room and
Okay.
see, like, if she could see any of the symbols that we saw outside, or like looking at the tapestry if there is any, things like that. Just sort of.
There is similar iconography in here. A sun, winged creatures. No tapestries in here. But very similar iconography to what you guys will have seen already.
You said that we couldn't see in the windows from outside.
Hmm.
Are there windows in this room where I can see outside?
Yes.
Irina will go up to the window because this conversation is creeping her out. And it's gonna like look outside to see if she can, if there's anyone like outside just that shouldn't be, or I don't know, she's like feeling quite trapped.
Okay. You look outside. And where you guys are is not far from moving over towards garden side when you were outside. You see the last lingering moments of someone walking past.
Any description on that?
Yeah, to elaborate.
Tall, small?
They are quite heavy set, medium height. And you catch a kind of flash of almost fur-like hair. Brown. They're wearing a long-ish kind of shawl coat type deal.
Then I turn to the abbot and say, "Are you expecting visitors?"
Should I be?
There's someone outside.
There are people that are here under my watch. You are safe here. Nobody and nothing will hurt you.
Does Redford get the feeling that that's fully directed at Arena solely?
Yeah.
And the rest of us are fucking chop liver.
Roll me insight.
Come on.
We're just
come
there
on.
like.
10.
I think with a 10 it's enough to know that there is an implication in what he is saying and who he is saying it to.
Yeah. Redfood's going to get up and fully be like, Arena, maybe you should go find our friend outside.
Yeah, okay. Then I will take Nina with me and head out.
Nina is like backing out, staring at this individual.
Redfood's going to fully lock on to this individual and watch them, every facial expression change to see what their thoughts are of Arena leaving this place.
You roll me another
Anixia-
insight check as it's a new action.
Anixia will stand up and walk towards Redwood because she can sense that he sensed something.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's
Sense.
15. It's a 15.
You get a kind of sense of knowing from him, a sense of understanding from him about the situation. Doesn't show much other than kind of acceptance.
It's fine, Arena. We'll be here. I just think our friends will be happier to see your face.
Agaro is outside still?
They're on the roof.
Okay, then I will turn back to Redwood and say, I'll go find the other friend of yours. And yeah, walk out with Nina.
Sure. As soon as you exit, Nina relaxes and kind of leans into you.
Yeah.
Agaro, mate. What are you doing? Agaro still reading?
Is their word still appearing?
Yes.
Well,
Obviously not seeing Meep. I'll try and call out to Meep again. And if he doesn't make himself known, I will keep on reading.
that's how kidnap works.
He's still just watching. He's still just watching you like a hawk. But he has twigged at the noise and he's listening out for it now.
The day of the wedding dawned clear. Sergei wore white. I remember how ill-suited he looked for war. He seemed pleased. She seemed resigned. I told myself that she would understand in time. That affection grows where stability is offered. That gratitude becomes devotion. I had secured her future. I had secured her safety. What is love if not protection? When I spoke to her that morning, she would not meet my eyes. I do not remember what I said. I remember what she did not. Irina, you make your way outside. You look, I'm assuming, naturally towards where you saw a figure.
Yeah, probably.
Nobody there.
Does Nina like hip up at like she's not catching a vibe that I'm not?
No?
Okay. Then I will look up at the roof and try to see the rest of the party.
I think you could see Agaro. I don't think you'd see me because he's knee-high to a grasshopper.
Terror.
He's reading a book. I think she'd maybe watch him for a little bit. Like, what?
Okay.
Why is he on the roof reading a book?
Roll perception for me.
Rolling really good. 17.
You swear you've seen this book before.
Like with other adventurers or with? Yeah. Okay. Would I know the story? Or no?
You'd have heard bits of the story.
Okay. Then I don't think that I would approach. I think that I would want them to know the story, if that's helpful to them, and I will instead probably sit outside, watching Castle Ravenloft.
Okay. Agaro carries on. It carries on writing to you.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, at this point, after that last bit that just came up,
Mhm.
can I, still holding the book, stand up and survey around me to find if there's anywhere? Is there mist everywhere? Is there fog everywhere?
As you look out,
Yeah.
yes.
Is there a place with no fog or mist? I'm specifically looking for a place that has no fog or mist.
There's a couple of places that you can pinpoint.
That look as okay.
You wouldn't
Are
know
they-
what those places are, but
Does it look out of place as in it just looks like fog isn't there because it's like patches, or does it look like it's specifically no fog there?
there's specifically areas with specifically no fog or mist.
And what are they in the direction of the castle? Or, are they? What direction are they in?
Kind of sporadic, different directions.
Is there one close to us? A
Not
patch?
necessarily.
Okay. I keep. Oh, son of a bitch. I keep reading.
I will just say at this point, if you're looking up and looking and starting to look round, you will see me stood in front of you, staring at you.
But you're going to say Starkers.
You want to hear what you want to
Oh
hear?
no, it's Ollie.
Just a tiny green penis windmilling. I'm sorry.
Like a baby pickle.
Next week, chat. Jess will be DMing these from now on. I give up.
I look over the edge of the. Jesus, me! I've got called out for you twice. Why didn't you let me know you were there?
You know that's dangerous, right?
Yes, I'm well aware of that fact.
You should not believe everything.
I don't believe anything. I don't not believe everything. I'm just simply reading and taking notes.
Everything in this place, everything here, kill you. What it does. Some things, though, worse than death.
Chaz.
Keep going. You might find out. We need to go. There's someone in the tower. I can hear him.
You've not led me astray this far, and I will gently close the book.
Oh no,
Okay.
I don't think that was the right. I don't think that was the right decision.
I gently open the book back up.
You close the book. I think Jess's reaction was more about what the story is than you're going to die if you close the book.
But roll me a con save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you are now dead.
Well. We've got a guy inside that's resurrected people on peace. It's all good.
Are we going to the tower, Meep?
How do we get in?
I could throw you.
And Meep's gonna skitter up to the side of the tower and just look straight up.
How as we both look up,
You could not throw him that high.
Damn it. As we're
You
looking,
can certainly try.
as we're looking up at the tower, without making eye contact with Meep, I'm going to ask: have you ever heard the name Sergey or Tatiana before?
Straight in.
Will I have heard them before?
No, you're a forest dweller.
Wouldn't have heard any parties mentioning names like that coming through, no?
No.
No?
As good as us.
Don't know. They're probably dead. Everybody dies.
Hold on.
Sometimes they just disappear. It's him,
Okay.
though. It's always him. You can't throw. Maybe the cow can, but no, not you.
How far are we looking to the first platform that we could get to?
You think you could make it? You think you could make it to where the bell is and that would lead you in?
Would
On your best day, you think you could?
Oh, challenge accepted.
I know.
Would I be able to, like I did on the side of the building, carry Meep up with me?
You can certainly try.
I look down at Meep, raise my eyebrows, and shall we try?
Meep will skitter up onto his shoulders like he always does.
Mhm.
Onward to glory!
And with that, I take a running leap up, and I will use another key point for Step of the Wind to double my distance.
Roll athletics, please.
Halfway up. Keep your fingers crossed, Meep. Ooh, 18. 19, 20, 23.
You scale it with ease.
Beautiful. Land in the bell tower. Do we
Well,
see
as you
any-
get to the rim of this bell tower, you see that there is a rope that leads all the way down to the bottom. And you're assuming that this is part of the big building that you're about to enter in a different way than the rest of the party did.
any ideas?
Sorry, this rope, is that the rope's on the inside going down?
Yes.
Is it attached to the bell?
Yes.
We could use rope. Won't be very sneaky. No.
I've got nothing on there. Is there any stairs, or is it just literally the rope?
Just literally that.
And looking down, how far?
200 feet?
Oh. Yeah, my slow falling freaking saved me from that.
Oh! I got an idea.
What was that? Sorry.
I got an idea.
Just an idea.
Yeah, I'm all ears at this point.
I speak meep at this point.
Glad somebody does. I suppose the bell itself is the... I forget the word for the thing in the middle.
The thing in the middle, you can just call it that.
The dinger.
It has a name. It has an actual name.
Dinger will work.
Yeah. The dinger.
Mhm.
I was about to call it the dong then. That's just
No.
not right.
The dinger, thank you. Christian stream.
Is it... Does it protrude out the bottom so that I would
It
say
does.
if it was to impact on the side, it would be flush too?
Mhm.
Meep's going to get out a hunting trap.
Sure.
We pin dinger and then slide down rope. They'll make no sound.
Seeing the animal trap and hearing the words, I look up at him with a grin, and I will start pushing the
Dinger.
to the side so that he can put the trap on.
Sure. I'm not asking for a roll. You good?
Okay.
Asking for a barn.
It's called the clapper, by the way. It's called the clapper.
Anyway. He has moved the clapper to the side of the bell.
We slide down rope now.
Do you want to do the trap? Because you haven't done that part.
I will fix the trap.
Okay.
Just stood there with it open.
Yeah.
We go down the rope now.
Yeah, not opening it fully because he's not going to try and get it and then trigger it. He's just going to open it wide enough and then just clamp it round. So it's clamped on one side of the bell and clamps onto the clapper.
The DC's gone up and up and up and up and up.
Okay. I tug on the rope. Is it strong enough?
You would assume so. It's thick. It's thick and long.
Okay, I get onto the rope first and wrap the rope around my leg to act as a natural brake to stop at any point with my knowledge of ship's rigging and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Easily done.
And then I just look over at Meep and hop on.
Oh.
That was tally ho.
And
I
as
thought
soon
you
as,
said, "Oh."
as soon as Meep is on my shoulders and holding onto my ears, I will start going down.
Are you just kind of fireman's poling it down, or are you slowly working your way down?
Using the rope around my leg as a brake, I will like a controlled descent down, like an elevator, we'll call it.
Absolutely. You take your time, slowly making your way down, making sure not to fall, making sure not to make any noise. And you get to the bottom. And you see a small room ahead of you. And there is one single figure in that room who is identical to Irina in every way, shape, and form, except dead behind the eyes, just staring, almost doll-like. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Oh.
Oh.
Body of
What a sesh.
Irina.